No drag shows on campus. It's March 19th, 2025, and these are your headlines. The University of Texas has officially banned drag shows on its campuses, citing compliance with state and federal laws regarding the use of taxpayer-funded facilities. Now, this big decision follows a letter sent last week by Tarrant County Judge Tim O'Hare, who had urged the university system to ban drag performances. O'Hare cited President Donald Trump's recent executive order prohibiting the use of federal funds to promote gender ideology. Now, Judge O'Hare also criticized a recent event at UT Arlington that featured a drag show, saying that rather than promoting anything to do with education, drag shows and related events denigrate women. Drag shows highlight men, reducing the perception of women to stereotypes and body parts. Just last month, the Texas A&M University Board of Regents passed a similar ban, also citing Trump's executive order. Now, following Texas A&M's decision, the Texas A&M Queer Empowerment Council filed a lawsuit in an attempt to overturn the ban and promote offensive and obscene drag shows on campus. Attorney General Ken Paxton is now representing the Texas A&M Board of Regents, defending the university's right to restrict taxpayer-funded facilities from hosting these events. The UT system's decision comes after both Trump's executive order, which recognizes the biological reality of two sexes and prohibits federal funding for gender ideology, and Governor Greg Abbott's directive issued in January targeting woke gender ideologies in state agencies. A committee in the Texas Senate is considering legislation aimed at ensuring parents received full and informed consent before their children are vaccinated. Senate Bill 95 by Bob Hall seeks to codify federal requirements into Texas law and hold healthcare providers accountable if they fail to properly inform parents about the risks and benefits of immunizations. At the heart of the legislation is the principle that informed consent is a fundamental right. Supporters say that SB 95 is not an anti-vaccine measure, but rather a pro-transparency bill that would align state law with existing federal guidelines, which already require vaccine providers to disclose potential side effects and risks. The legislation would require providers to not only obtain written informed consent from parents, but also supply them with the CDC's vaccine excipient summary, which details all the ingredients used in a vaccine's development. SB 95 allows for civil liability if a healthcare provider administers a vaccine without obtaining informed consent. Under the bill, if a child suffers an adverse reaction, the provider could be liable for at least $5,000 in damages, with a proposed cap of $10,000 coming in an upcoming committee substitute. Senator Hall stressed that SB 95 is not about discouraging vaccines. Instead, he said the bill simply ensures that parents have the same informed consent protections for vaccines as they do for any other medical procedure. It was left pending in committee, with a substituted version expected to be introduced in the coming days.
America is at a crossroads. Now, more than ever, Texas must step up and lead the country. We don't have time to mess around. The only way to save America is with a strong Texas. You and I know this, but so do the enemies of life and liberty. Therefore, you and I have no choice but to stand up and fight. I'm Sarah Gonzalez, and to the enemies of liberty, I say, come and take it.
More from the Texas Senate. Senators voted yesterday in favor of legislation that would return prayer to K-12 schools. Senate Bill 11 by Mays Middleton would permit all public schools to adopt a policy providing students and employees with an opportunity to participate in a period of prayer and reading of the Bible or other religious text each school day. Employees and the parent or guardian of each student would have to sign a consent form acknowledging their choice to participate. The measure passed the Senate in a 23-7 vote. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick listed SB 11 as one of his priorities for the session. He said to make sure religious freedom is not infringed upon in Texas, ensuring our students and educators have the right to pray on school grounds. SB 11 will now be sent to the House for consideration. If approved, it would take effect in the upcoming school year. For more of today's stories, go to TexasScorecard.com.